This is the Tesla 1 month overview reading for the month of March 2023. It's currently February 13th, 2023, 12:06 a.m. Eastern Time. Tesla at the time of this reading is $196.89. And the March Tesla reading shuffle file, which we're about to play, was created on January 21st, 2023 at 8:41 p.m. Eastern Time. So the overall theme and behavior, there is a notable reversal that's going to stand out on a it'll stand out on a multi-day chart, at least a 1 month, but probably on a multi-day chart. And then it's crossed with a notable move out of oversold territory. A notable move to the upside out of oversold territory, to be clear. Behavior around the highest side, we have a notable move. Like, this is a move to reach for distant resistance, almost irrational move to the upside that'll stand out on a 1 month at least. Same thing goes for the decline into the low. There'll be bearish price swings and a sharp decline into the low. So most likely location of the highest high for the month is here, right here on the first. There's a couple of places where it's really probable, but I think most likely is the first. Also, the end of the day on the third, and possibly like on the ninth here could be a couple of highs, but there'll be prominent highs, if not the highest highs, and this is probably where the highest high is. Although these could be highest highs, it's hard to determine. And then we have this rally, a rally that offers an opportunity to open up a short position there on the first. I'll talk more about the trades in the paid version, but we have a prominent trough or low that forms here on the second in the midst of the halting of a rally marked by a sharp decline through key support. Looks like the following day we have a merger or a decision between two leaders that's highlighted. There's a merger or acquisition or a decision between two leaders that's highlighted. Often this card will be like a pop and drop. And it looks like we probably have likely open higher, decline early in the day, and then we move higher into another prominent higher crest here at the end of the day on the third. On the sixth, there's a resistance level that we've bumped up against multiple times that we failed to break through here on the sixth. So that's resistance on a multi-day chart. On the 7th, we decline pretty notably on a 1 month chart scale through a support level that we recently broke down through once before. On the 8th, there may be something to do with Congress, but this is often a holding pattern with a pop and drop in it, the Hierophant card. And then on the 9th, we have a rally along a diagonal trend line, breaking through horizontal resistance, meeting secondary resistance, and then pulling back to somewhere between those two price levels. I think we probably open lower at a significant trough on the 9th, and then we move notably higher, and there's a significant crest on the 9th as well after a really big move. It's hard for me to determine if it's the 8th or the 9th that this sharp decline takes place, but out of that trough created by the sharp decline, there's that Queen of Wands rally. And price probably hard to determine because there's price swings here at the end of the week. Another prominent low towards the end of the 10th. And the reason why I say this might be a highest high is because this is where I'm advised to cash out. I'll get into the trades in more detail again in the paid version. Guys, if you're interested in the paid version, you can get the paid version. It's the best way to support the channel. All the free work that we do takes a lot of time, guys. I literally have no social life. This is what I do. I love it. But, you know, I mean, it takes a ton of time. So the best way to support the channel, aside from the 5% rule, you know, the rule of karma, is to go to our services here. put in the ticker that you're interested in, click on monthly subscription. You can cancel anytime, although we've never had a cancellation. And subscribe now, and that really helps support the channel, my friends. It also gets you the paid version. Paid version comes out sooner than the public free version on YouTube. All right, so we got these price swings, and it's pretty much decline, I think, from this point, from this unicursal. It's pretty much decline into the lows here at the end of the month. When we look at the 1 month, let's see how we can be informed by looking at the 1 month. So this is the March cluster. We have a high and a low within years, prominent high and prominent low within close proximity to each other, in time proximity to each other, I should say. Interesting. So that's usually within like 10 days. Usually. The other thing that it can also indicate is if it's in a longer amount of time. So this may be a highest high. That will be another reason, because it's within that 10-day period. But another indication that could mean is that it's just straight decline from these two overlapping correlations, that it's just straight decline from the high straight to the low. There's not much like bouncing around in between. I'm sorry, guys. Ooh. Pretty notable trade opportunity there on the 10th as well. On the 13th, there's a decline through multiple support levels. I'm advised of failure at being imminent. There's a decline through multiple support levels, 2 to be precise, and we bounce around sideways for a bit, and then we break down through multiple. On the 14th, there's a period of sideways rotation along a key support level. We also have a prominent crest on the 13th and a prominent crest on the 14th. Sideways rotation that increases with volatility as we move forward into the day. And then there's a speaker of some sort towards the end of the day or after hours on the 14th that impacts Tesla somehow. On the 15th, there's a failed attempt to break through key resistance. It's a resistance level that we recently tried to break through, and it's followed by a decline through key support. Usually it's key support that we just like falsely established. In a lot of cases, that's what the disappointment card will say. And then there's 2 trade opportunities as well. We'll get into that in the paid version. On the 16th, we established support along key support. There's a notable move higher standing out on a 1 month, and then we establish support at a higher level. On the 17th, an intentional fake out, shakeout of some kind. Intentional, meaning that it's chart behavior that's designed to like create impulsive decisions on part of the retail investor. Yeah, it's going to be quite a tricky day. A lot of erratic behavior and a lot of reversals on the 17th. Trade opportunity there as well, likely in the revisiting of a crest. On the 20th, we establish a sound foundation. So this is support that can be trusted on the 20th. And then there's an unexpected move to the upside on the 21st. On the 22nd, we establish support. And then there's another significant move higher standing out on the 1 month. On the 23rd, we have a period of volatility that ends with a fast sudden move higher. Possibly at the end of the day, creating a prominent crest. And then on the 24th, we attempt to reestablish support. It looks like there's a lowest low there. This is a high probable location of a lowest low. The other highest probable location of lowest low is there at the end of the month, between the 31st and the 30th and 31st. Trade opportunity on the 24th as well. Trade opportunity on the 27th. And it's a period of sideways rotation, increasing with what appears to be bearish momentum as we move forward into the day. And then on the 28th, a notable move higher, bumping up against resistance, maybe breaking through resistance, bumping up against resistance again. Looks like we probably have that crest or peak there on the 28th or the 29th. It's a prominent crest or peak. There's a fast sudden move higher on the 29th, which is why I say maybe There's also a significant reversal there on the 29th. There's a correlation there to the fortune card on the 29th. It's the only place that you see the correlation on the timeline, actually. And then the big move to the upside, the only place you see the correlation for that is here at the end of the month on the 30th. An important resistance level highlighted there on the 30th. On the 31st, we may have another lowest low here. But there's a crest that we sell off from overbought territory. And then the following month of April, I'm advised not to chase a rally, but it looks like there's probably a significant move to the upside starting in early April. Without looking at an April reading, that's my sense. Yeah, but I'm advised not to chase that high for sure. It looks like we have our lows at the end of April for Tesla. Alright guys, that's Tesla for March 2023. Let me know what you think by hitting that like button. Oh, I know my January reading was probably, I think it was off. I'd have to go back and look to be for sure, but I'm pretty sure it's the Tesla reading that I was really unhappy with. My apologies if that's the case. Checking out the February thus far, it looked pretty good. I'll save the February review for when we're doing the April reading, but as far as it being the 13th, so far it's looking pretty solid. We were off by a day or so on a couple of the troughs and peaks, but still pretty much the overall trend and everything looking pretty solid. With that said, guys, remember to follow that rule of karma. That's the most important part of this channel. You can do that. If you don't know what the rule of karma is, there's a video on it on our channel. You can search for it. It's 5% of your profits from the information made on this channel. Pay it forward. Somebody who needs it doesn't see it coming. You can use one of these donation links for charity, or you could drop it in a homeless man's cup, or maybe a musician needs some on the street somewhere. You never know. There's a ton of things you can do with it. And then the other 5% of that profit, so making up 10%, the other 5% sent back to the channel here at PayPal or Cash App. You better believe you remember the people that do that. Those are the true angel investors of this channel, the people that make it worth doing this, knowing that we're out there spreading goodwill to the world. With that said, guys, stay tuned. If you got the paid version, we're going to get into the best trades now. Thanks for watching.